Hey there everyone, I'm playing some random MMO that I found in the Google Play Store. We're going to be reacting to a chick named Kiki May, I think is her name. I'll plop it up on the screen in case I forgot. And she's doing her own reaction to the rant that Heel vs. Babyface did in regards to the pronoun thing being plopped right in front of your face in Star Citizen, I believe the name of the game is. I don't know, it's not a game that I'll ever play. Don't even have a system that can play that game, but still. So we're going to listen to a self-righteous feminist get all of her jollies off thinking she's actually done something when reacting to Heel vs. Babyface. Now, I have not seen the video. I've seen a small bit of the video because this is the second time I've recorded this video, but I haven't seen enough of it. I've seen her warning this is not meant to bully people section, and that's about it. So we're going to get into her reaction to his rant, and let's get on with the show.
I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity!
I mean, he's right. This is getting to the point where even LGBT people are getting sick and tired of it. They get it. They are acknowledging that they exist. Cool. Gay people just want regular straight stories. I know tons of LGBT people who I've met on TikTok who are tired of the constant push of LGBT narratives in gaming. They're tired of seeing pride flags sprinkled all around Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 1.
Some Spider-Man 2 copies remove pride flags. The Middle Eastern version of Spider-Man 2 has been released without any pride flags or LGBTQ plus content at all. That means specific dialogue sections and entire missions have been cut from the final game, including the one where you have to help a fellow male student ask out his boyfriend for homecoming. This was all done to seemingly ensure that the game ships in this region, as strict laws against LGBTQ plus individuals still exist.
Hey, it's Editing Gabe, and I didn't know that they had missions that were LGBT themed as well. So this is like an extra blow to the heart to you progressive ideologues, because this proves to you that they don't really care about this progressive, nonsensical, we need to have LGBT stuff and everything. No, it's all about sales. And if they think it sells, they will do it, because they're all too happy to pull a Disney and remove LGBT content where it's not allowed so they can make money in those countries. So they don't care about you. And here you are saying we're the insane ones for getting annoyed with it at every turn, being slammed in our face, when in reality, they don't really believe in what they're talking about either. Back to your regularly scheduled rant. Heaven forbid we actually just, not make everything gay for a little bit. Make one game that does not have this gender ideology push on it, even if it is indeed just in the creation screen.
I'm sorry, but fucking pronouns really needs to be a soundbite.
Yes, the ever-beloved random pride flag popped on the screen just to prove that you're extra gay and you're a super ally, just to drive it in that you're owning the conservatives on this one, even though you're really not. And a lot of LGBT people feel the exact same way as Heel vs. Babyface does also. So, yeah, really you're just pandering to your own group of ideologues here. Yeah.
So TikTok, do your thing. And of course, a little PSA apparently always needs to be said these days, which is that this video is for educational purposes and is not intended to bully or harass anyone. It is to spread awareness and hold folks accountable for actions that can cause harm.
Harm? Harm? Actions that can cause harm. In what way was Heel vs. Babyface's rant causing harm to anyone? You don't like differences of opinion? You don't like people expressing their anger? You guys sure seem to do it a lot and be okay with it, but we can't do the same thing. If you're being harmed by somebody's opinion and words, You are softer than baby crab. Good lord.
So this is a dude absolutely losing his mind because this new game called StarField that's about to come out this week asks players for their pronouns and includes the dreaded they-them option. And I absolutely had to talk about
Yeah, you seem like the type of person who has to talk about it. With how stuck up you are.
it. If you remember, a while back I posted a video about gaming and how women and girls make up the majority of Nintendo Switch owners now, and how men were absolutely losing their minds over this factual reality.
Which, as a very happy Switch owner myself, and me believing 100% that some men were losing their minds, not all, but some, I do have to agree with her that you are absolutely ridiculous if you're losing your mind because the majority of Switch owners are indeed women. I'm sorry, you just are. This will probably be the one and only time that I agree with her, but still, she's right on this one. It's ridiculous if you're getting pissed off by that.
Because they see gaming as specifically for them. It's a breeding ground for toxic masculinity.
Where I won't disagree that there are men in gaming that are toxic, why is it that when men are toxic to people, it's toxic masculinity, but when women seem to be toxic, it's just being an empowered feminist? Has anyone else noticed that? Because that just seems to be the case. It's weird.
And misogyny and incel culture.
Again, where I do believe there are some actual incels who game, how much do you want to believe that it's not all incels and she's just labeling every man who disagrees with her as an incel? Because that's what a lot of these extreme feminists do.
And I say this as a gamer who has been gaming since the original Nintendo.
Then you should know that all this quote-unquote toxic masculinity is just gamers being pricks. It's just the gaming culture itself. Women can be toxic, men can be toxic. It's not just one group of people. You're highlighting one singular group of people, but women can do it just as much. And I've been friends with some who have been just as on point with their insults as a lot of these men are. It sounds to me like you take it kind of personally and kind of seriously, when in reality, it's just a game, and it's just trash talk. It's been going on since the dawn of time.
But they definitely don't want ladies in their space, and I had some people in the comments literally say they don't want ladies in their safe space.
Really, guys? Really? First off, I wonder how many of those comments were actually joking and you're taking it seriously? I really want to know how many of those comments were being serious and how many weren't, because a lot of these extreme feminists seem to not understand what sarcasm is. Some of these guys, I definitely will agree, are serious when they say crap like this, but I'm pretty sure the ones who say they don't want women in their safe space are just flat out trolling you, and you're not picking up on it.
Dudes are saying that gaming is a place where they can have their locker room talk, and it's not fair for women to invade it, which is absurd on a number of levels, right? But specifically, I'm thinking about the fact that men are saying they want a safe space to talk about hating women.
Again, I wonder how many of these men were trolling, but let's just say they were all being 100% serious. You do know that there are some very toxic women out there who want their own space to talk bad about men? It happens all the time, just as frequently as it does with toxic men wanting to talk poorly about women. It happens on both genders, both sides. You just have an issue with it when it's the men. When it's the women, you're all for it and you call it female empowerment. It's a double standard.
For just existing. And if you invade that space as a woman, you are threatened with violence and rape and met with fat phobia and homophobia.
First off, citation needed. Secondly, as a fat person, fat phobia does not exist. I get fat jokes made about me all the time when I play video games, and it's just a game. It's just trash talk. Don't take it so seriously, Buttercup. And, yeah, gay jokes have been made since the dawn of gaming, and even gay people make those jokes. They all take it on the chin, and they all know it's just trash talk, which is part of gaming culture. If you can't handle gaming culture, get out of it. Do I agree with a lot of what is said in gaming culture? Oh, heck no. The grape comments, I don't agree with. But still, do they really mean it, or are they just trash talking you?
You name it, just vitriol across the board. Meanwhile, when women say they want a safe space in life in general, they are saying they want a space to be able to hold men accountable for the harm that they cause.
Translation, it's like I said before, they want a safe space to trash talk men. See, she's using prettier language with the females, but we all know that a safe space to hold men accountable means we want to trash talk men at every turn. We know this. Chloe Roman says this multiple times. Several other men's rights activists who are female say this all the time. It's exactly the same thing as I brought up before. You want a space to trash talk men. Just be honest with it, boo-boo.
And that they just want to exist in the world without constant fear and fuckery by y'all.
Fear from trash talking in a freaking video game. Do you realize how many Call of Duty servers are out there where men have said a lot of really heinous things to other men? Same type of things as they've probably said to women. Notice how they don't live in fear. Y'all seem to be the Fabergé eggs of society. Not all women. There are a lot of awesome women gamers out there who can dish it out and take it on the chin. But people like you seem to think that you have to be in fear when getting trash talked. Give me a break.
And you think that would be the more reasonable request. But when women talk about that, they're instantly met with, critiques of, that's misandry, just toxic feminists at it again.
Yes, because a lot of what you say is toxic. A lot of what you say, because I've seen the live streams on TikTok, I've been in those very live streams, are very toxic towards men, like actually toxic towards men. Just like a lot of the comments that I disagree with in those chat rooms on gaming platforms are toxic towards women, and I don't like them. But still, are they being serious, or is it just gaming culture where they've said the exact same thing to men? Or is it a TikTok live stream where you know for a fact they mean every single bad thing that they say about men, and there's no nuance to it whatsoever? You claim that it's a joke, but in reality, you really think that of men. See, there is a bit of a difference between the two.
Make it make sense. So now we have this dude who is very predictably a white, middle-aged, balding man.
Okay, and you're predictably a white, middle-aged, stuck-up witch. What's your point there? What does his age or looks have to do with any of it? Usually, when you start something off with insults, your entire argument falls apart.
Absolutely losing his shit over the fact that StarField asked for your pronouns. Because why? Well, he'll tell you it's because it takes you out of the immersion of the experience and into present day. But asking your gender so they can tailor your gaming experience to you is arguably something that would help better immerse you, no?
Yeah, but you're missing the dude's point. We're sick and tired of seeing non-binary this, transgender that all over the place. Even trans people are getting tired of constantly seeing trans this, trans that. It's getting annoying. But the trans people that call this out, such as the Blair Whites of the world, I'm sure you would call pick-me's. And their opinion wouldn't matter to you because they don't think the way that you think they should. It's not just him that's angry with this. It's a lot of people. Maybe not to the degree that he is, because a lot of people probably have an I don't really care attitude where they're annoyed by it, but they're not that angry with it. But they share the same sentiment, trust me.
And not to mention the fact that video games have been asking players to identify their gender since the 90s. The difference with this one, of course, is that they have they, them as an option. So what is this really about? Transphobia, hatred for gender nonconforming folks. And he feels threatened, like many white dudes do, that video games are becoming more inclusive.
Yeah, you keep bringing up his race, which plays no point. Brandon Tatum watched his rant, who Brandon is a black man, I'm a black man, Ruined Leon's a black man. There are a lot of minorities that also share the same sentiment. So you constantly pointing out his race proves nothing, because there are some of us that are getting sick and tired of the pronoun game being shoved in our face day in and day out. It's just annoying. And it's virtue signaling at its best. Because like I said with the Spider-Man thing, they don't really care. They're just trying to get your money. Because if this was in Saudi Arabia, you best believe that option is taken out.
Because he wants to keep them an angry white dude club, and he throws a tantrum about it like only a true man baby can.
And this is why I despise stuck-up Karens like her, because she automatically assumes that it's only white people who have had the same type of argument, when plenty of black conservative or plenty of apolitical black person like Ruined Leon have said similar things about being annoyed with LGBT themes being in video games non-stop. Gay people. I had a conversation in a live stream on TikTok about ads on TikTok being nothing but gay influencers peddling Pizza Hut and stuff. And he's tired of it, and he's gay. So, why don't you stop projecting your annoyance on a white person? Because you said this was for educational purposes. I still have yet to see any educational stuff. And realize that even LGBT people are pissed off by this. And so are black people and other minorities. They just happen to possibly not share the feminist ideology, so you completely ignore it.
And here's the bottom line. Video games are indeed about escaping, right? You know, allowing you to play as a mythical creature in a fantasy world, because so much of the real world sucks.
Yes, you're right. It does. Wow, I didn't expect this. There are two things I agree with her on. The real world sucks. And we're tired of getting preached to about political gender ideology everywhere we go. Knock it off.
And if you're a transgender person or a gender nonconforming person, that real world is arguably pretty tough on you.
Yeah, it must be really hard to live in the land of make-believe 24/7, constantly playing victim, saying, oh, I'm a they, them, and you will refer to me as such whenever somebody dares make the mistake of misgendering you. It must be hard to want people to misgender you because you want the rush of acting like a Karen and telling them that they're wrong.
Misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir. I feel like I need to tell him. I need to tell him. Thank you. I'm not sir. Not sir. Not sir. But the guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
So hard for you. So hard. Meanwhile, actual trans people know that there should only be two options, male and female, because those are the two biologically correct things.
Much more so than the average white dude. So it is so important to have gaming be an inclusive space where everyone can get to express who they are, to imagine all the possibilities, and just be free.
Who made you queen of inclusion? Because I certainly did not sign up for that. Ma'am, my other minority friends did not sign up for this. We're getting tired of it. Because it's all we see all over media. Minority this, black this, gay that, trans this, non-binary over there. It's amazing how we're supposed to be the minority. Yet somehow we're starting to make up the majority of crap in gaming.
At least for a little while. So don't let sad little dudes like this ruin the party for everyone. Y'all belong.
Oh, thank you, ma'am, for telling me. Thank you, white savior Karen, for telling little old black me that I belong in gaming. Oh, I need to go downstairs and tell my white mother. Guys, people like this are fun to react to. I love getting passionate about this. I love not taking them too seriously. It's funny. It annoys me that they always go after their looks, but that's just what they do. I'm still wondering where the educational portion of this video was, because she did say that this was for educational purposes. But I knew it wasn't. It's a load of hogwash that she's peddling. None of this is educational. I mean, it's just stale. And really, we're tired of inclusion, lady. Every reasonable, rational thinking minority is sick and tired of all this inclusion. Give us a straight, white, Christian male in a video game, please. Because right now, they're the ones who are oppressed. When it comes to the entertainment field, the gingers, give us more gingers in gaming, because for whatever reason, they take out all the gingers and make them black for whatever reason. Give us some more of that. I don't know. But this is just something fun that I wanted to post. I wanted to make some longer form content, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Because here's the thing. People like her think that because she has a large account, and by her own bio words, her biography says she's fighting the patriarchy. She thinks that she speaks for all women, all gay people, all minorities. But I promise you, she's the same type of minority lover who would tell somebody like me, "Oh, you're just going against your own interests. You don't really know what you're talking about. Just sit down and let the adults talk." That's the type of person that she is. She will completely disregard any gay person who tells her that we're tired of all this representation. We want straight people in our games. We're tired of all of it. We want the majority to be represented again. She'll say, "Oh, you just don't know what you're talking about." And I don't know what her sexual orientation is. I don't know, but I'm just going to assume she's straight. Could be wrong, but I'm just going to assume she's straight. Little straight woman, do you really think that you speak on behalf of all the LGBT folk out there? Because I assure you, there are a lot of LGBT people that disagree with you. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button, although it probably won't be seen by me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I appreciate you all so much. This is Gabe of Radio Blobfish signing off, and take care and God bless, and peace out, everybody. God bless. And also, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, be good to one another. Because I'm friends with progressives. They just don't act like her. I'm friends with liberals. They just don't act like her. I'm friends with people who have the exact opposite views on every political issue as me. They just don't act like her. So it has less to do with the fact that we disagree politically and more to do with her attitude. That's all that matters, is the attitude. But don't get me wrong. I've seen a feminist throw a hissy fit once or twice. But it was over dumb things. Whereas you might think that video gaming's dumb, and in some cases it can be. I think Az's reason for the rant is because we constantly see pronouns shoved in our faces, not just in gaming, but in every form of media you can think of, and it's getting old. It's just getting old. That's where he's coming from. StarField was just the straw that broke the camel's back, but it's been building up for a while. We're just getting tired of it. We're just getting tired of it, especially when non-binary, hate to break it to you, is not an actual thing.